based on his proven record of fighting for conservative principles and winning on a national level. He is running for the Senate to stand up and to fight to defend liberty, preserve the Constitution, and to stop federal overreach. From 2003 to 2008, Ted served as the Solicitor General for the state of Texas, the chief lawyer for our state before the U.S. Supreme Court and all of the state and federal appellate courts. He was the youngest Solicitor General in the nation, the longest serving Solicitor General in Texas, and the first Hispanic Solicitor General in Texas. Ted graduated from law school at Harvard, magna cum laude. He and his wife, Heidi, live in Houston, where he grew up. And they have two wonderful daughters, Caroline, 3, and 6-month-old Catherine. I'm happy to introduce to you now Ted Cruz.
Thank you, Chris. It's great to be with you today. It's great to be back at the Golden Corridor. Thank you for all of you, all that you do. Everyone here is engaged in the fight, and you're energized, and I am honored to be joining you once again. I don't know if y'all saw this past week, there was a bit of news. The inventor of the teleprompter passed away. He was 92 years old, he passed away. I'm told when the president was informed of that, he was speechless. You know, you can't resist a teleprompter joke when you have that kind of setup on it. What I want to do is 3 very simple things. Number 1, tell you why I'm running. Number 2, tell you why I believe we're going to win. And number 3, tell you how you can help. Number 1, why am I running? Our nation is at a crossroads. President Barack Obama is the most radical president this nation has ever seen. And we are galloping further and faster towards government control of the economy and our lives than at any point in history. We are facing what I am convinced is the epic battle of our generation. Quite literally, do we remain a free market nation? Now, I will tell you, I'm incredibly optimistic, and it's for one reason. The American people are rising up in a great awakening that's sweeping the state and sweeping the country. The American people are standing up and saying, no, we're not going to allow the federal government to take over the economy and our lives. The reason I'm running is very simple. I'm running to help lead that fight. In my opinion, the way you resolve the question of this candidate forum is you ask one very simple question. Which candidate is best prepared to stand up and fight to stop the Obama agenda? That's the reason I'm running. And you know, a significant part of the reason I'm running, and a significant motivation for me, like everyone here, has a lot to do with my family background and personal story. Many of you know my dad, Rafael Cruz, who's a pastor up in Carrollton affiliated with Covenant Church. He was born in Cuba. He grew up in Cuba. He fought in the Cuban Revolution. He was thrown in prison. He was tortured. My grandfather bribed the prison guards to get him out. He fled Cuba and came to Austin to attend the University of Texas in 1957. He was 18 years old. He didn't speak a word of English. He had $100 sewn into his underwear, which my grandmother put there. And he went and got a job as a dishwasher making 50 cents an hour. And he worked full-time. He paid his way through school. He got a job. He built a business. And he worked towards the American dream. Now, my whole life, my dad has been my hero. But when I was a kid, my father used to tell me all the time, when we faced oppression in Cuba, I had a place to flee to. If we lose our freedom here, where do we go? There is no question that better explains why I'm running for U.S. Senate than that question. That's what's threatened right now, is our freedom. That's number 1. Number 2, why is it I believe we're going to win? There are a lot of good people in this race, all friends of mine, all people I respect and admire. But we're running on two very simple themes that I believe are going to win this race. Number one, new leadership. 2010 showed compellingly, people are sick and tired of incumbent establishment Republicans who haven't been standing and fighting for conservative principles. A big part of the reason Obama won the presidency is because Republicans lost their principles. And the American people are looking for new leaders with real fire in the belly that aren't just reading from talking points, but that are ready to stand up and fight. But number two, the second theme, is a proven conservative record. Every candidate up here told you they want to cut taxes and cut government spending, and they told you what they wanted to do. What I'm going to suggest to each of you is the easiest way to make this decision is don't ask, what do we say? Any political candidate can tell you what you want to hear. Ask for each candidate, what have you done? Don't tell me, show me. During 5.5 years as Solicitor General, over and over again, Texas led the nation defending conservative principles. We defended the Ten Commandments monument on the state capitol grounds. We took it to the U.S. Supreme Court, and we won 5-4. We defended the Pledge of Allegiance, brought together all 50 states, went to the U.S. Supreme Court, and we won unanimously. We defended the Second Amendment right to keep and bear arms. We brought together 31 states, we went to the U.S. Supreme Court, and we won 5-4. And we stood up to the World Court of the United Nations. We defended U.S. sovereignty, and we won 6-3. Third and final thing, how you can help. Our literature's in the back. Number one, sign up online, tedcruz.org. Number two, join us on Facebook. We have over 57,000 supporters on Facebook. Number three, contribute. And number four, reach out and ask 5 of your friends to do the same. The final thing I will suggest to you for each candidate is look to each candidate and ask what have they accomplished for conservative principles. Thank you.